Hello YouTube, and welcome to Katrinka LOL. Today I'd like to tell you a story about a hair disaster that I had, which is now funny in retrospect. All right, so let's start out at a women's retreat where an assignment was given, and I guess it was so that the women would get to know each other and that kind of thing. We were split up into groups, and each group was given the assignment to discuss hair disaster stories and decide which one's the worst. Well, I raised my hand in my group and I said, I won. And so one lady said, how do you know? And I'm like, let me tell you the story and you tell me. All right, so here's the story. It was a Friday and I was starting a brand new job that Monday, all right? And I wanted my hair to look really nice. I just wanted to look very professional. So I wanted to get my hair done. I wanted to get it cut and styled and also colored. And what I really wanted was a really nice red in my hair. So they had to process my hair because my hair was naturally brown at the time. This was a long time ago, okay? So they processed my hair, and I didn't know how long this was going to take, but it wound up taking a number of hours, 6 or 7 hours, and I was so tired and so hungry and weak and everything by the end of this. So they just kept saying, well, we need one more process, we need one more process, and we need one more process. So they did, and I forget how many processes to try to strip out the color so that they could put on this nice red in my hair. So the time came for the red color, and I was so excited. And then what happened was when they put the color on, it burned so bad that I was crying. And so they had to rinse it out immediately. My scalp really hurt, and I couldn't tolerate anyone touching my hair or anything, so I couldn't even get it cut or styled or anything. So what I wound up looking like was orange, yellow, and just this kind of a clown look to my hair, plus it was just all, frayed. So I got out of there as fast as I could, and I went home and came in the house. And my husband knew I was going to do this, so when I walked through the door, his jaw dropped. And he's like, you look like Dennis Rodman. You know, when Dennis used to have different colors in his hair and stuff. And so that's not the thing I really needed to hear at that moment. I mean, here it was Friday. It was late in the afternoon. Nothing was open anymore, and what was I going to do? I mean, I was starting this job on Monday, and I had Dennis Rodman here. So what I did was the following morning I woke up and I was like, I have to do something about this. So I called up another salon and I begged them to fit me in so they could help me. And they agreed, thank God. So I went over there and they took a look at what was going on and took a look at my scalp. And the person who was going to do my hair called over other hairstylists and said, take a look at this lady's scalp. Apparently, it was burned, so from all that processing. So anyway, the hairstylist said, well, I'll put on the most gentle hair color that I can, and if it burns, we'll just rinse it out immediately. So you let me know. And I was like, all right. I was willing to go through with that. So it was a very gentle rinse that she put in, and it didn't burn at all. And then she was able to cut my hair and style it and get it all together. And I looked human again. All right. And then she said, well, you really should go to the doctor about your scalp. So after I left the salon, I went to a walk-in clinic. And so the doctor comes into the room and he says, "How can I help you?" And I told him the story of what had happened. And so he looks at my scalp and he said, "Well, it's blistering and you know, you've got a burned scalp, but the color looks good." So, so he gave me this ointment that I was supposed to use, but there's no way I could start a new job with ointment all over my head, because it wasn't like one little spot, it was my entire head. So anyway, I survived. I went to my new job and no one was wiser, all right? So as time went on, you know, it took a couple of weeks and my scalp started healing, and as it started healing, it started feeling like it was contracting, you know? So it was getting tight, and then it got very itchy, and then it started feeling like it was cracking, and then I had the worst case of dandruff that I've ever had in my life. But once all that was over and worked its way out, I was okay. So back to the retreat with the ladies. I ended my story, and then they were like, "Yeah, you won." So there was no prize or anything, but yeah, I won the worst hair disaster story. But anyway, here we are, and I hope you enjoyed my story. I can laugh now about it, and I'll see you in the next video.